I feel like I should have like a stick thing, like book recording, take one. Okay. Hi, my name's Courtney. No, that is how I'm gonna start. But my name is Courtney, technically. When I was 15, I went to the DMV and found out that my dyslexic father spelled my name wrong. The lady asked me to spell my name, to which I spelled Courtney, and she asked me, "Are you sure?" Spelling my name right this way for 15 years, I say yes. She hands me back my ID, which I'd already had my first intermediate permit, ENY. Courteny. Typo, right? You'd think. Now, she hands me back my birth certificate. My 6'7" father is standing right behind me. Giggles. I look up at him. It's ENY on my birth certificate. He says, we can get that changed. We can get that fixed. He says, no, we're gonna leave that as a story so that when I become a famous comedian, that can be my opening line. Ta-da! And so we continue on to my ironic life of weirdness and strange, peculiar things. I have a birthmark that looks like a hickey. Might not be able to see it on this type of camera, but it's on this side. Okay, ever since kids learned what a hickey was, that's what this has been called. I've heard them all. Get in a fight with a vacuum? Boyfriend a vampire? Did you leave your window open? Did a bug get in and bite you a million times? No, God, no. Now then my mother tells me, honey, just tell him it's an angel kiss. Yeah, I told him that. And they said, it's a kiss alright. I have to tell people, just stick around me for longer than a month. When you see it's still there, you will know I'm not lying, and that is the only way I can prove it to you. It used to be bell-shaped. Over the years it has dwindled, which really, really sucks, because one of these days I'm gonna be like, no, it's a birthmark, trust me, be around in a month, it'll still be there, and it's gonna fade away. I've never tried to cover it with makeup, because why in the hell would I try to cover up something that is not something bad? Oh, and I think it's going away because guys have given me hickeys over it because they think it's funny. Yeah, it's not. No, those cause cancer. Had 13 put on my back once when I was drunk. That was fun. Woke up in the morning. Look what I did to Courtney's back. What? Yeah, all over. I had to show people. I didn't have to show people. Everybody was like, come on, show me. And fucking bastards, look at my back. Alright, you good? Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. So many things I could talk about. If I just had a comedy special and let me talk for an hour, I wouldn't know what to say. My dad was Napoleon Dynamite with dark hair. Literally, think Napoleon Dynamite, add dark hair and drugs. That's my dad. He's told me stories that I wouldn't believe if it hadn't been in that time period, but I believe it because it was in that time period. One of those stories happened to deal with me. One of his back in the day stories. When I went to Richland High School, I had a teacher named Deathridge. It's spelled Rage. This guy was a dick. He used to put the broom thing, his little broom thing he had, up to his face and go like this to the class and tell us that we would be in a van down by the river, just like something about Saturday Night Live, trying to relate, like, I don't even know, he was really mean. Anyways, first day of class, he asked me, roll call, Courtney Spalding here, you Del or Gary's kid? To this day, I wish I would have said Gary. That's my uncle. All he ever did was streak through some games, you know, caused a little mischief here and there. I didn't know what had happened between my father and this teacher. I went through the whole school year not knowing. My dad recognized the name and asked me, Jay Deathridge, that Jim? I don't know, Dad. Then when that teacher asked me my name, and if I was Del or Gary's kid, I knew. This is the same one my dad knew. No, my dad would not tell me what was the background story yet. He said, end of the year, I'll tell you. That teacher almost flunked me. I passed with a D because my dad went in and talked to the teacher and told him, listen, you can't do that. She worked really hard. I did one essay where he tried to flunk me and saying I had too much help on it. It was about a bicycle. It was so easy it hurt that the fact that he even thought that I could have written something so easily and not had help. I don't know how else to explain that. Anyways, end of the year comes around, my dad tells me, Courtney, that teacher and I got into a physical orientation back when I was in high school. My dad was pushed up against a wall by that teacher and kicked out of Kennewick School District. So, my dad is the reason why he can't teach in his hometown. Which I totally would be pissed off about because I love Kennewick. And totally understand, totally respect that. So, that year is gone. That year is done. Next year, I go back to this school. No, wait. Better yet, I leave that school for a year, and I start smoking weed. Okay? Now, I wasn't smoking weed that first year. I did that whole fucking year sober. I tried. I really tried. That fucking letter about a bicycle, or essay, my god. I really tried. So anyway, sober, started smoking weed, got kicked out of one school, went to another, skipped so much that I told my dad to put me back into Richland High because it was so easy to skip from Kennewick that I could not go there anymore. I wasn't learning. I couldn't. You write a note and you sign it, and then they give you a slip and you don't go to school. It was that easy. They never called anybody. They had this Parent Connect thing online where it would tell you if your kid was missing school days. Sometime around, spring break, not only did I take 2 days off early of spring break, I was gone the entire week before that. My dad comes into my room, Courtney Arlene Spalding. Whoa. Whole name, what's up, right? He says, you skipped school. Like, yeah, oops, sorry, what day are you talking about? You know, I'm not gonna confess to everything. He says, you went and took your spring break. And I'm waiting to hear a week early. He says, a day early. Ah, yeah, I did. I'm sorry, I feel bad about that. Never do that again. Anyway, I had to go back to Richland High. It's too freaking retardedly easy to skip. I was in the bus once, somebody asked me, hey, you want to go smoke? I looked at my note and saw that I had just enough room to add one more date on. Put that date of that day in there and said, let's go. Didn't go to school that day. Anyways, so, go to Richland High again. Now, Mr. Deathridge, back to Mr. Deathridge, has a son, young Mr. Deathridge, who is also a teacher of the same goddamn class. Okay, they're both language arts teachers. I am in his son's class now. This is the year I smoke weed. I have a teddy bear that holds my pipe and marijuana. If he wasn't inside, I'd show him on camera. His name is Smokey the Bear. He's gray. Got him from Build-A-Bear Workshop. I can't take all the credit. Technically, my ex-stepsister was the one that gave me the idea when she snuck her bear into some Indian alternative school with her weed. Anyways, so I take this bear with me to class every day. I dressed him up for Halloween like a clown, like me. We were clowns together. I got a picture taken by the principal in the costume. Like, I was daring. I was bold. I was so stupid. All the teachers thought I had regressed to childhood. And that was the reason for the bear. I don't know what made them think that. My parents had gotten a divorce back when I was like 10, you know, I don't know. Well, whatever, I was regressing. They could believe whatever the hell they wanted. In my 5th hour, after lunch, after I'd already smoked and smelled like weed, every classmate would ask me, is that you? You know, yeah, it's me, yeah. I'd admit to it. So, everybody in class knows that my bear's name is Smokey the Bear. On this particular day, it was Funny Hat Day. I showed up to class with no hat, and I see people wearing hats. I'm like, what the hell is this? I want to wear a hat. I want to participate. So does Smokey the Bear. So I make us 2 dunce caps. Green paper, of course, because, you know, I love green. On these hats, I write, on mine I wrote, I feel pretty. On his, oh so pretty. And then I had people sign them. No friends, not friends, just everyone. Anybody in contact, because I wanted to have writing all over these hats. So everybody signed these hats throughout the day. We're on 5th hour, it's getting pretty full. My ballsy ass goes straight up to young Mr. Deathridge and goes, "Hi, Mr. Deathridge, will you sign my bear's hat?" Now, I've got the attention of about 6 students in class, just like, whoa, really? You reek like weed and you're just gonna walk up to the teacher and ask him to sign your bear's hat? I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna ask him to sign my bear's hat. He's a fucking teacher, son of the teacher that got my dad, you know, whatever. So, he writes, first he asks, is it the bear's birthday? I say no, it's Crazy Hat Day. He goes, oh, well then, what's the bear's name? I have 4 to 6 eyes burning into me. Is she gonna say Smokey the Bear? Is she actually gonna say Smokey the Bear? I did not say Smokey the Bear. I said Mr. Bear. I am not, you know, I don't want to poke the bear, figuratively speaking, too much. So, Mr. Bear. He writes on my bear's hat, Mr. Bear, you are a pleasure to have in class. Mr. D, smiley face. Now he adds in words afterwards, he says, I love having him in class. Whenever he's here, you're here. And I just said, right? It's good. Yeah, that's it. The son of the teacher that my dad got into a physical fight with back in God only knows what year, thinks that my son, his son, thinks that my teddy bear is a pleasure to have in class while holding my weed. I just love basking in that moment. I still have the hats. They're up on my wall. I keep them. And that's it for that story. I wrap it up with a goodbye and peace, pot, and smoke a lot. And by the way, I made weed caramels and they were amazing. Just had to say that because I'm very proud of them. Immensely proud of them. Oh my god, I can't wait till tomorrow. Alright.